morning, students. In my previous videos I discussed with you about parts of prescription and handling of prescription. Today in this video I will discuss with you about sources of error in a prescription. These errors can be an error of abbreviation. Abbreviation presents a problem in understanding parts of the prescription order. Extreme care should be taken by a pharmacist in interpreting the abbreviation. Pharmacists should not guess at the meaning of an ambiguous abbreviation. For example, acro may be taken as acromycin or acrostatin by a pharmacist. So if an ambiguous abbreviation is written by a doctor, then you must call the doctor to clarify whether it is acromycin or acrostatin. Then name of the drug. Second error can be name of the drug. There are certain drugs whose name look or sound like those of other drugs. For example, digitoxin and digoxin, they are almost similar. Then prednisone and prednisolone, indocin and lincocin, they seem to be similar, but they are different and their dose is different. So in that case, if it is not clearly mentioned by the doctor, then it must be clarified before dispensing to the patient. Next source of error can be strength of preparation. The strength of the preparation should be stated by the prescriber. It is essential when various strengths of the product are available in the market, especially like paracetamol. 500 is also available and 650 mg paracetamol tablet is also available. So if the strength is not mentioned, it must be clarified from the physician. Next is dosage form of the drug prescribed. Dosage form means whether it is tablet, it is capsule, it is injectable, but it is prescribed. So paracetamol, if it is written alone, it can be a paracetamol tablet, it can be a paracetamol syrup, it can be a paracetamol injection. So it should be clarified from the physician what is desired to be given to the patient. Next is dose. Usually high or low doses should be discussed with the prescriber. Pediatric dose may present a problem, so pharmacists should consult a pediatric physiology to avoid an error. Sometimes a reasonable dose is administered too frequently. For example, sustained release formulations are to be administered 2 or 3 times in a day. But by mistake, the prescriber has given it to be taken 4 hourly. So it is wrong to prescribe the sustained release formulation every 4 hours. So it should be consulted with the prescriber. Next, instructions for the patient. The instructions for the patient which are given in the prescription are incomplete or omitted. So it is also an error. The quantity of the drug to be taken, the frequency and timing of administration and route of administration should be clearly given in the prescription so as to avoid any confusion. If it is not clearly mentioned, then it should be asked from the physician. Next is incompatibility. Incompatibilities occur when 2 or more drugs of different nature are prescribed simultaneously. So it is essential to check that there are no pharmaceutical or therapeutic incompatibilities in a prescribed patient and that different medication prescribed for the same patient do not interact with each other to produce any harm to the patient. If any type of incompatibility is sensed by the pharmacist, then it should be brought to the knowledge of the physician. Certain antibiotics should not be given with meals, or like tetracycline should not be given with milk. So if a tetracycline capsule is prescribed to be taken with milk, then it will definitely cause incompatibility. So it should be consulted back to the prescriber. Now, steps to be taken in preventing medication error. So we have to follow certain rights of medication administration, like right patient, right drug, right dose, at right time, with right route, right recording, right assessment, right education, right evaluation, and right to refuse medication. So we should take steps to prevent medication error. There are certain Latin terms which are commonly used in the prescription. The pharmacist must know, like antecibos, it is written as AC. It means that it is to be taken before meals. Ecobulliens means it is to be taken with boiling water. Gentaculum, it is written as Gentec, means breakfast, after breakfast or with breakfast. Aristel means ear drops. Fiala Prius Agitata, PPA, it is written in short. It means shake the bottle well before use. Then Hora Somni, it is written as HS, means the medication is to be given at bedtime. Then PAA, Parte Affecte Applicandus, it means it is to be applied to the affected part. Then Utendus, it is written as U, means to be used. Then Noctemanic means at night and at during morning. Then SOS Psi Opus Sict, it is written as in SOS means when required or when necessary. Then Tussi Urgent means when the cough is troublesome. Intercibos means between meals. Next is Disindai, means 2 times a day. In short, it is written as BID. Then Omnihora OH means it is to be given every hourly, or it is to be applied every hour. Then Dolor Urgent, when the pain is severe. Modicto means as and when directed. Cochlear Maximum means 1 tablespoonful, that is around equal to 15 ml. Nebula is a spray solution. It is written in short as a neb. Charta is a powder. So these are certain of the Latin terms with their meanings in English. So you should know all these terms so that you can interpret the prescription in a right manner. So you again go through the video, see all the slides, note down their number. If you find any problem in any slide, if you couldn't understand any meaning, any term, you can ask me. Okay, thank you.